Y'all, what's up? It's your boy Nitro Hot Fire here. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys something I've been working on. I've disappeared a little bit from daily vlogging just because I've been kind of glued to my table, my station over there in the corner. Yeah, red chair. So I've been kind of glued there, working on my cooking show that I am working on with my wife, Leilani. It's called What's Cooking Good Looking. It is a show where we highlight good food and body positivity. The reason why we even started this like a little bit, I'll say we started maybe a little bit over a year ago. We started it because we wanted to spend more time together doing something that we both enjoy. She's very good at food things like cooking, and she knows all the knowledge, like all the food safety stuff and the vegetable facts and all the stuff. She knows all the stuff. And so we wanted to, I thought it'd be kind of interesting if she had her own cooking show where while she was learning new recipes and techniques and things like that, if she would also be teaching someone as she went along. And so that's something that we kind of got into together. Life kind of got in the way, so we only shot a pilot episode. We brought in one of our friends who's an actress. Her name's Kim, so she's already used to being on camera and so on and so forth. But we brought her in to like do like an interview type deal. So we just thought it was kind of interesting to have like a talk. It also highlights lingerie because my wife loves lingerie. She's got into like boudoir modeling a while ago, and so that's something that she's really passionate about. She loves pretty things and loves to dress up and stuff like that. And so we wanted to start a show that kind of encompasses all those things. And so we celebrate like different lingerie styles and pieces and things like that while making food dishes and things that taste good. So and then while in the middle of all that is an interview of talking about like different topics of interest, as well as like getting to know the person that is also on the show. So it's something that we worked on for a while ago. I glued myself to the screen to kind of get it knocked out because I was taking a break from some other stuff. Just taking a break from getting overwhelmed with some stuff. So I'm gonna put it out there. So it's called What's Cooking Good Looking. The goal for it is that I'm going to see if I can sell a season to a network of some sort, or I think that might be kind of cool. We'll get some monies to shoot a full season of this content, and then from there we will we'll see how that goes. It's something I've never done before. It's something I want experience in, and then from there we have some advertising slots. And so if it doesn't work out to sell a season, then we have like an advertising space available where we can sell like advertising in the show and kind of find the funding ourselves. So we also thought that might be a cool way to go. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what the pilot episode looks like. So without further ado, this is What's Cooking Good Looking.
My name is Leilani Manjuri. Welcome to What's Cooking Good Looking. Today we are focusing on a pad thai dish that I will gladly introduce you to. Don't forget, this show is also about body positivity and encouraging ourselves to be our best selves. I will introduce my co-star today. Her name is Miss Kim Rosen. Hello.
Hello.
So, like I said, her name is Miss Kim Rosen. Can you let us know some things about you?
Yes. Hello. I am Kim Rosen, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
I am originally from Chicago, Illinois.
Wow, okay. Big city girl.
I am a city girl, yes.
Well, all right. Well, what do we do in the big Atlanta area?
Well, now that I am no longer a mother because my 4 children are grown and they have left the nest, I have pursued an acting career.
All right.
Yes.
And we are very thrilled to have you on the show, obviously.
Thank you.
But what did entice you to be part of this show?
This show, I have heard that you are going to teach everybody out there some good dishes, and I love to cook, but I'm always looking for some good new dishes to pick up. And also, I heard that you're going to introduce us to some coffees.
Yes.
Love coffee.
We will be doing a French press today, and so we're right now not necessarily featuring a coffee, we're featuring the actual mechanics of it. And I did happen to hear that you are well informed on a French press or the device itself. What do you know about it?
So we lived in Europe for 10 years.
Okay.
Belgium to be exact. So I use that exact press every morning. And that is the way I served coffee.
Okay. And you learned this through culture or?
Through culture, yes.
Culture?
Yeah. Coffee machines weren't the norm over there. So, but prior to moving to Europe, we also would use the espresso stovetop pots. And so we made a lot of espressos. And so then when we moved there, we couldn't bring our electronics, of course, because the electronics over there are different.
Yes.
So I moved on to the French press. Yes.
All right.
Yes. I like what you have on today. Is that lingerie or is that?
Yes, so this will be, essentially I'm not necessarily wearing any particular name brand lingerie that we are doing today. For me, it's a lot of just finding something that really does speak to you. A lot of the times I want to do a lot of shopping.
Don't we all?
Yeah. But there are pieces that it kind of keeps coming back to you.
Right.
You know, you can't forget about it in no form or manner. And so this was one of them. I prefer pink a lot.
Oh, okay. I like them too. But I also love black. Black is actually my favorite color, outside of cheetah.
Hey, that's fine with me. My people, since I am Hispanic, we kind of tend to gravitate towards cheetah ourselves.
So now how many soups did you put in
I
there?
did 6.
Oh, you do 6?
Yes.
Okay. So you like strong coffee?
Yes.
Okay.
But since it is going to be a light roast, that's what I am doing there. It's not necessarily supposed to be a strong blend either.
Okay.
I am going to do it more coffee than we actually need.
So you boil your water, I see, in the teapot?
The electric kettle.
Yeah, the electric kettle. Yeah, I had to boil it over there in a pot on the stove. So, yeah.
Lucky for us here in America.
Things are a little more easier.
So since you are a coffee person yourself, what particular type of roast do you like? I am more of a light roast individual myself.
French roast is my favorite.
French?
Yes,
French?
absolutely, yes. And I will say, I don't like a real strong.
Okay.
6 is probably a lot for me. I probably have gone with 4, but that's okay because then I would just put, cream
More
in
creamer.
it. Yeah.
Creamer.
Yes, absolutely. No sugar though, but definitely cream.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, the light roast, I rarely actually ever need sugar.
Right.
So I'm right there with you
Yeah.
on that aspect of society.
Yeah. So. And then how long do you usually let it sit before you press it?
Right now, I am doing a 4-minute wait.
A 4-minute wait, yeah.
Yes, because like you were saying, the longer it steeps, it's just
Yeah. A little longer.
a little more
stronger
intense.
than that.
It's not something I'm looking forward to if I do that long.
Yeah, exactly. So,
You have been married. How long?
36 years.
36 years.
Yes,
Wow. Yes. That's amazing.
I was 12 when I got married. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. We got married right out of college. So we met at school, and yes, we've been married ever since. And we had 4 wonderful children, and as I said, they're all grown and married now, and we have 4 grandchildren so far. Hopefully, a lot more.
Okay, more grandchildren. Okay.
Yes.
Well, what's your advice then for the longevity of a relationship?
I always suggest to people that are getting married right out of the gate is you have to have a date night once a month. I've always said that, and that's one thing. So he traveled all the time, and I had 3 children, and it was very difficult because say he'd be gone 3 weeks a month, but no matter what, when he came home, we always had the date night. At least once a year, maybe a getaway. If you can't do it, a week, of course, when you have kids, but at least, a long weekend. So that's the first thing. The second thing is it's important to keep connected because guess what happens? The kids will leave one day, and I hear that people get divorced after that because they look at each other like, who are you? So we made that connection and we kept it really strong. And then when they left, we were excited because we were like, finally, so we could be alone again.
Yes.
So yeah. So I think that's very important. And also, don't ever just focus on the kids. I know it's difficult because especially when you have a lot. It's hard, sports and school and everything. But the thing is, don't forget that he's there too, and he was first, and so yeah.
That's fantastic to hear. Now, as far as kind of what I was saying before, prior in the introduction, the show is about body positivity, and I do focus a lot on cultivating that aspect of myself because this world tends to crush us women into you must fit this mold in order to be beautiful. Have you struggled with this in your lifetime? What has helped you overcome it?
I have struggled with it a lot. I was a dancer in high school, then I actually minored it in college, and unfortunately I was anorexic.
Okay.
And so I had an eating disorder, and then when I got married, it was difficult, and after I had my first child, I decided a few years ago, this is ridiculous, up and down, so I just decided you have to love yourself before you can love, anybody else. So I just had to pray about it, I had to accept it, and then I decided, what? My husband loves me, right? Right?
Yes,
and that's all that matters. And then I decided, I love myself. I feel good. And, right. So, and there you go. And now I feel sexy. So,
Yes.
so okay, let's try this coffee.
Hopefully it's not too strong
Okay.
since you like spoonfuls. So maybe
It's very European. That's very European.
makes you miss those years.
Yeah.
No, I definitely want to travel myself.
Yeah.
It's just certain aspects of those worlds, definitely the culture, the cuisine is going to be very different.
Yes.
And right now, we have a little bit of European, but we're going to branch off and go and do a little bit of the shopping. We will be going into the Asian aspect of the world. And like I said previously, we will be working on a pad thai dish.
My favorite food.
Peppers. Okay. And apparently that's the difference between all the peppers is not only the flavor of the sweetness, they are all derived from green bell peppers. It is just different types of the ripeness in their stage.
I did not know
so
that.
It goes from green to yellow, orange, and then red. So the red is going to be your sweetest kind, which is actually what we're going to be using in our recipe.
So is that the ripest? That is what you're saying?
Yes, this
I
is
did
the
not know
ripest
that.
a green bell pepper will get is the red.
Okay, very
So,
interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
It is the maturity aspect of it.
Oh, look at there. It's actually Thai basil.
And with there is holy basil and Thai basil has a tendency to be a lot sweeter.
Yes.
Holy basil tends to be more peppery and spicy. Okay. And so one thing that I did learn through making pad thai once already was I used holy basil because I could not find my Thai basil.
Okay.
And I learned you're supposed to definitely cut that amount in half. Like the flavor just takes over the entire plate. So it's definitely a lot more potent in the combination.
Okay.
It does not complement it. It does not. So I'm used to showers actually being in a cold setting, but these will do fine here.
Okay.
So
Now, are those like garlic or onions?
These are onions.
Oh, they're onions.
So they're onions. They're actually more related to the yellow onions. So if they do not have shallots, what we would do is substitute for yellow onions.
Okay.
Yes. So yes, you're wanting more of a sweet profile than like a savory of a red onion.
Okay.
But lucky for us.
Okay. Super.
Shrimps. Thank you. Let's see, we're gonna look for, yes, rice noodles. The reason why you normally want to go with like the thicker, at least particularly with this Thai recipe, it's because the vegetables themselves are going to be a little on the thicker side, so you kind of want to complement the same shape.
Okay.
But with that being said, I could also just change that shape of the vegetable itself and just make it even thinner, and so that way it will complement the actual noodle itself, so that you're not getting a chunk of carrot while you get this thin little noodle. So
See how thick that is? That's
no, these are good. Yeah, these are good. Yeah, we can go with these. Look at you.
all right then.
We'll actually do 2.
Oh my gosh, I would just die here. I would just die here. Oh my gosh, we love Thai, everything.
The green Kit Kat.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of disappointing.
What disappointing would be is if it's nasty.
Yeah, I would have been sad.
Welcome back, my feisty cookies. So we just came back from the store. Right now what I'm going to do is start getting us ready and prepping the recipe for our dinner. In the meantime, my lovely co-star here is going to scooch on over and get herself ready and put herself in the piece that makes her feel like an incredible woman. Alright, welcome back, my co-star Kim. Looking fabulous. Let me know about your piece.
Okay, so being a woman of an older age, I don't necessarily do lingerie anymore because I've done that, been there and everything. So I like underwear and the bras, and I have a lot of those because I think that's very sexy when you come home or whatever, and then you take off your clothes and then you have the 2-piece. So that is what I go for when you're going. Yes. So, but I also love the 2 pieces where you get the little satin or silk robes and bottoms. You could also get shorts. I sometimes do that. They also come with like a little camisole, as well. However, I don't usually use those. I will do the bra sets. And then, as you can see, this is cheetah.
Okay.
I love cheetah, as I said earlier. And it matches the robe and bust. And so, you can wear this all day long, and it's very sexy in the house. You feel good about yourself. And then, yeah, that's what I do.
This is what you do to get yourself in that energy.
Yes. You feel very good about yourself. So, yeah.
Continuing on our adventure of culinary.
Oh, it's so delicious. Yes. Oh,
I have been able to prep it right now. I am prepping all of this. So the vegetables will go in increments.
Okay.
Towards the end here, middle. And I already got the water boiling for our noodles.
Okay.
Right now we are going to just continually make our sauce. In here it's a 1/3 cup of water with low sodium soy sauce. It is intense with the salt, so I definitely do recommend the low sodium on
yes,
the...
I agree. I love the low sodium soy sauce, yes.
So I have to do 2 tablespoons remaining in this recipe here. I've already managed to do 1. So like I said, it was soy sauce, water, oyster sauce in here, and now I just need to finish off with the fish sauce and the honey.
Okay.
Obviously all of this will be put up when we're actually displaying it, for our viewers can see it in much more depth and detail.
Yeah. Now, what if you wanted to make it a little spicier? What could you add to make it?
So this recipe actually originally calls for Fresno peppers, which is a milder
Oh, okay.
pepper. Unfortunately, we couldn't find it nor stick to it.
Okay.
So the substitute that we're going with is the jalapeno pepper.
Okay.
Since you didn't mention you like spice
I do.
before,
I do,
I
yeah.
am keeping the seeds in it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would be a recommendation to kick those out.
Okay. Great.
Now, aside from that, you can either increase your spice level with more jalapenos or
Okay.
a red pepper flake. Red pepper flakes
Oh,
tend
right.
to increase the heat
Yes.
fast. So right now we're gonna take our sesame oil over here so we can actually get our pan heated up.
Okay.
And
And you recommend that getting really hot first, or?
warm enough, because right now we're running on a medium heat. So once you get everything going already, it really is only a couple seconds that your shrimp is gonna sit in there.
Oh, okay.
So we'll transition there.
Oh, what is this?
So one thing that I'm going to show a little later
Okay.
is that you saw me create the sauce.
Okay.
But there are busy lives like yourself where you work several hours a day.
Yes.
There are sauces out there that are already pre-made, and so you don't have to be in the kitchen trying to scour through
Right.
your pantry to
Right.
make sure that you got everything in order.
Right.
So we do have those packets in every store.
Oh, okay.
And
Pre-made sauce.
I can't necessarily say I speak for this company because I have not tried it myself.
Oh, okay.
But that is part of our adventure today, where we're going to see whether this is worth it or you're better off making your own sauce.
Oh,
at
okay.
home.
Good. Okay, good. Okay.
So right now where the shrimp are in, we're wanting them to turn a more pinkish color.
Okay.
And then we're going to end up topping it off with my shallots, green onions, and jalapenos and garlic.
Yeah.
Once this is heated up and we throw this in, we're gonna wait for it to actually become really fragrant. Once we get that fragrance going, then we're gonna throw in the zucchini and bell peppers.
Okay.
We wanna wait till that actually activates, just because that's gonna take a matter of like
Seconds?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
not that much time. So we're actually going to go with this Thai tea. It is very simple. Think like old school, just juices that you open up in packages and you just add the little water to it.
It's Kool-Aid.
So, yes, so it is kind of simple, but there is the traditional routes of brewing your own black tea and doing it with the milk and condensed milk and warming it all up. But right now we are gonna just focus on making the tea and getting to the good stuff, the deets about certain aspects of your life.
Oh, spill the tea. Okay.
Yes,
So-
ma'am.
So this has cream and sugar in it. So we're having a creamed tea.
Yes. It
So-
is a Thai tea.
Okay.
A lot of what certain spicy food and cuisine cultures tend to do is pair it with some kind of creamer to crush that spice,
Right.
because we tend to like spicy things a lot. So that's kind of the added bonus to the creamer and milk in there. So what's happening here is it is the powder. We're not going to mix the full 6 ounces that it requires for water. We're going to cut that in half because we're going to pour it over ice.
Oh, okay.
And so it's going to be a chilled Thai tea instead of your traditional
Okay.
warm Thai
Okay.
tea. And so I'm going to get that going.
So this reminds me of when I lived in Europe. Afternoon tea was called, high tea, of course. But then you would have cream tea, and which is very big in England. And they called it cream tea because they put cream in it, which was foreign to me because in the U.S. I drink my tea black.
Okay.
But there was no rhyme or reason. I mean, that's the way the British like to have their tea. Is with of course, their food is very unspicy. It's very bland. So it wasn't because of the fact that it was spicy. It was just because that's the way they liked it.
They liked it.
Yeah. And you would have it in the afternoon. It's called high tea. Usually around 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
That is an aspect of life that I would not mind incorporating into my world.
I know, I miss it. Just stopping and having a scone and a tea.
Slowing down that just a little.
It would be very nice, yes.
Just a little. The thing with this is you can increase the intensity of the flavor, but obviously with the amount of water you add to it, so it really just is that.
Okay.
It can be really sweet, really intense, even though the flavor can be added. Normally I would pour it into the cup, but you know, safety sometimes is a priority, and I would rather have it in here than actually having to deal with shattered glass. But yeah, so yeah, I guess before we commit to the drink, we can just get like a spoon and give it a try.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. It tastes like red bean. A little bit.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
that. I can see that.
I love it. Yeah. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Alright, so here we are drinking our Thai tea where we will spill some tea. You have said you are an actress in this world. It's portrayed to be quite scandalous sometimes. From your perspective, what can you tell us?
Well, I've only been in the industry for 2 years, and I have done quite a bit. It hasn't been, I haven't come across anything scandalous. However, I've come across a few things that have been dramatic for me, or more traumatic, I should say. So recently, I had landed a role in a film, and I thought it was going to be a really good thing for me. And I had started losing hair, and I didn't realize that it was caused from stress. And I had 2 anxiety attacks, which I thought was actually heart attacks, but again, I didn't know. Again, it was stress, and I also wasn't sleeping. Like, there'd be days that, and the final straw was when I woke up one morning and I actually started crying uncontrollably, and I didn't stop. So I decided to step down. Yes. And there was a lot that was going on behind the scenes. And with that said, I learned a lot from that, because I would say to those coming in, that if you feel, even for a moment, that there's something wrong, or there's something not right about the set, about the director, about the actors, or anything, I would just step back. I mean, there's nothing that important that would be more important than your mental health and your self-respect. So I feel that I made the right choice 100%, because I went to bed that night, I slept the entire night, and I woke up the next morning and I felt fabulous. And it's been a while now, and I have had so many offers, and a lot of things is happening in my life now that I feel, because of that, it has been a better journey and a better road for me to continue on. So yes.
Well, that's definitely good to hear.
Yeah.
And it's hard to speak up for yourself sometimes.
It is.
It's just you be afraid of what they're gonna do to your career and everything, and only you're gonna get your back anyways. So.
Yes, only you.
So no, I get that. I mean, as far as what would be red flags that you would want to watch out for? I know there are a lot of things that do come only with experience that you feel like. There are things that are just gut instincts.
Right.
We kind of all know certain things. It's just not right.
Right.
But what are some red flags?
Well, one red flag for sure would be if people are talking to you about other people, then you know 100% they're talking about you to other people. Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that
I
was,
see that.
yeah, a lot that was going on. And the thing was, I'm one that does not speak or repeat anything that's told to me.
Okay.
So therefore, I never did. And I had no idea that I was being a scapegoat, should I say, on the other end. Because they knew that I wouldn't say anything.
Yes.
And also, a huge red flag is if you are not in a group email or a group text with the entire cast or crew, whichever one you work on, that also is a red flag. Because they don't want you talking to each other and knowing what's going on. So I believe those are two large red flags. So, and then also, always get a contract. Okay, always get a contract. Yeah. So, yeah. But, yeah.
No, well, I've only like dabbled in some background acting myself, and I can say as far as like the crew working, you can definitely tell the professionalism is there.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I can see that like
Yeah.
just not having a contract alone was
Yeah.
that
That should have been the first. That should have been the first red flag, honestly. But
You want the benefit of the
yeah,
doubt.
but you do. You want to give them benefit of a doubt, and you also, I'm new to this, and and you're excited. I mean, it's a big role, and I trust people and stuff. So, but now I have a little guard up and everything. But now that the roles that I have gotten and the sets that I go on, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like for me heaven. It's like so nice, and and before I even get the next thing, it's like contracts and emails and then everybody is on the same text or same email, and it's just so lovely. I feel like family, or so it's nice. So
that's I mean it's fantastic that it did work out.
Yeah, it did.
And
it worked out much better, so I'm very happy. Lesson learned.
But one thing I did want to dial back to was how you said you ended up in Europe. And so the question is, why did you end up in Europe?
So my husband, he worked for a corporation, and he traveled all the time. And I always said he worked traveled, I should say, 80% of the year. And he was over there. And at one point, he was 3 months in Poland, never even came home. And I had 3 small children. I never complained. At that point, I was young, and I just thought that's the way of the world. Yeah. And not only that, he did what he did, and he gave us everything we had, and he gave us everything we needed. And so, but it was difficult. So he would probably average about a whole week, a month, sometimes maybe a little more. But one day, I believe my son was going, he was in 6th grade, my daughter was 2nd, and my youngest was going into kindergarten. And he came home and he says, what if I asked you, we could go to Europe and live, and I wouldn't have to travel anymore. I said, when could we go? And he said, are you kidding? I said, nope, I'm not. Because I am a adventurous person, but all I knew was that I needed us to be a family. Because to be honest with you, I don't think we would have eventually I think it would have all fallen apart, because I had help and I had everything, but it was just me being both parents. So we moved at the end of the year, and I was also pregnant with our 4th, which I didn't know at the time when I agreed. And I moved 7 weeks before I gave birth to our 4th. Wow. So that was quite the adventure. However, moving there was such a blessing, because when we would go on our vacation, one family vacation a year, it was nice and wonderful. It was great, but he was always on his phone, and he wasn't there. He wasn't present. So we moved to Europe, and I will always remember this. He was the vice president of the company. And he called me, he goes, I just went back, I just went to lunch. He goes, I just got back, I can't find anybody. It was the World Cup. And of course, soccer over there is huge, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, well, where are they? He said, after their hour and a half lunch, because that's what they take over there, he said, they didn't come back because the World Cup's on. And he said, this is ridiculous. So he came home, and he started realizing that Europeans know how to live.
Yes.
They take 5 vacations a year. Month of August, the country shut down, and they live. So suddenly, I start seeing my husband and say, "Where are we going for ski break? Where are we going?" That's what they would call February break. Where are we going for fall break? Where are we going for summer break? Where are we going for spring break? Where are we going for Christmas? And when we would go, there would be no phone, there would be no work, and and it was fabulous. Also, sports, play dates. None of that existed on Sundays. It was always family day, and then we always sat down for dinner every single night at the table. So I think moving to Europe was a blessing in disguise, and so it was the most amazing experience ever. So yeah.
You make me want to pack my bag.
Yeah, I know. I wish more Americans could get it. I wish more Americans got it. And I will tell you, we came back and we still live by that rule. So
Fantastic.
yeah,
That really is.
we don't really do 5 vacations a year though. I won't lie, but we don't do it. So yeah. And we don't sit down at the dinner table. We sit down at the restaurant tables.
Cooking is it's not for everyone. We finally get our chance to dig in all our hard work.
Yeah, so good. I'm so excited.
So I've always seen a lime with the serving anywhere I have ever eaten pad thai.
Okay.
So it is up to you if you're a lime person. I always kind of like try the food first and see if we'll go with it.
Okay.
As you can see, one is topped off with what we did make homemade. And then the other half is the noodles that came from the packet.
Okay.
So this one, if you end up liking the sauce in this quantity, you can always still saute everything else on your own. But dig in, I guess.
Okay.
Let me know what you think.
So this one is the sauce on packet?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
got
ma'am.
it. Okay.
Yep. Pasta tends to get sticky. And kind of one of the reasons I chose pasta was because I feel like people shouldn't be afraid of carbs. They always, I'm gonna bloat, and I was just like, your body's gonna do what it does. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Just learn to enjoy your food with no shame and carry your body with no shame. Mm-hmm. Like, your body is going to take care of you, and you just be appreciative of that fact.
Yeah, I know. It's still hard to do, but yes,
absolutely.
I agree with you.
Absolutely.
I agree. I know. And then we could agree with you. However, it's still difficult to
It's
to
a
do.
hard practice.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. Oh my god. Oh my god. So good.
You don't have to make things, everything from home, 100% scratch.
I agree.
No, man, there's absolutely no shame. There's companies out there that have figured out the recipe, do it their way.
Yeah.
We don't all have to be Gordon Ramsay out here.
That's right. Yeah.
But I guess now that you got to eat, you got to enjoy it.
Yes, and I appreciate that.
I just want to say thank you for coming onto the show. I
Thank
understand strutting your thing in a lingerie in front of people is not the easiest thing.
No, it's not. It's my first time doing that, I must say. Outside my home, but yeah.
No, it is appreciated. Everyone else can see that. It's okay. Like, you can just look fabulous wherever and whenever.
So, and I thank you for having me on your show. I think it was a lot of fun, and I greatly appreciate it. Pleasure meeting you.
Likewise.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we say our goodbyes, we can find out where we can find Kim and what social platform do you prefer, or since you are an actress and you do like to get out there.
You can find me at Instagram at My Life as an Extra. Also, I'm on Facebook at Kim Rosen. It's actually Kim R Fashionista. And then also I am on IMBD, V, capital V in parentheses.
All right then. Thank you guys again. Y'all have a good day, and until next time, my feisty cookies.